midway through. But we're going into the next one. In the top right, in the red Terran, it's me Wugsaw. And in the bottom left, in the gray Zerg, it's Ash Diggard.
Definitely two CPL staples here. They've been in at least 3 CPLs each, I think, probably more. Diggard, I'm pretty sure, has been since CPL 3. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure.
Which one, because I feel like we see a lot of the names around a lot, but I feel we see a lot of clans around. Which clan do you think has the most representation in CPL?
Probably Ash, I want to say. Definitely both have a lot, but probably Ash.
Yeah, it feels like there's definitely a lot of Ash, a lot of me as well.
For sure. Now look, I have to say, I feel like Wugsaw is just a stronger player from what I've seen in the past. I mean, things can change since last season, but it would be a bit of a come up for Diggard to win this, I think. I mean, I could be totally wrong. They probably played matches before where Diggard won or something, but just from what I've seen, I really thought Wugsaw's play was pretty good here. Just much stronger mechanics. We'll see.
Yeah, from what I recall seeing these players, Wugsaw, it seems like they're just a reasonably solid player, no big tricks or anything. And I remember Diggard being a little more on the aggressive side, for some of the things. I think we've seen some heavy focus on mutas before from them. So
okay,
we'll see what it ends up.
Muta all-in type thing. Honestly, we need to see more of that. I was just thinking in that PvZ as well. In the pro game, we see a lot more speedling all-ins in PvZ for some reason compared to CPL level. It's actually quite rare. Hydra Bust, sure, all day, every day, but speedling all-in, I don't know. It seems not popular. That drone really trying to get up that ramp again. You decide not to. Now look at this. This is a bit annoying for Terran because you have to bring another SCV down here and you're delaying the barracks, and you don't know at this point if it's a 9-pool coming, so this is a bit nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh, she's gonna get that SCV. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's gonna kill it. Oh, one more. It's on 5 HP.
Come on. I can't look anywhere else. You have to kill it.
No, he's gonna give up. Oh, no, he's coming back. Oh. And the barracks is not even up. And if this is a 9-pool, Terran would be so dead.
So is that the main reason we don't really see that low ground barracks kind of stuff on a map like this?
Well, it's fine versus 9-pool if this doesn't happen. Versus 4-pool, it's auto loss is the main problem. But versus 9-pool, you just get the depot down and you can block and you're good. But look at this drone coming in again. I'm not so sure about that because you see this on the low ground. I mean, with that second depot, you can check the CC timing. I don't know if he really needs to come in here and check this out. But he sees there's no gas, which is what he really wants to know. So he knows it's just a barracks expand. And it looks like so going pretty normal 2-hatch here as well.
Yeah, I think before that wall gets closed off, because that's something you see a lot when there is some kind of wall that does tend to be, I want to buy a little bit of extra time. That might be some kind of mech transition of stuff,
The hero drone gets gunned down. I wasn't sure if to call him a hero or a murderer, but I settled on hero at the last second.
You're a betrayer to your race and a shame to the Terra people.
I'm not sure what you would say. If I said he was a murderer, you'd say that's Terran bias, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's fake news. He didn't murder anybody. SVs aren't even real. It's a video game. Come on.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I got a question. How come, most Terran, combat suits and stuff explode? Obviously Marines just kind of fly apart, so I assume they just have, a lot of, hydraulic tension or something. But, Firebats, SCVs, they just blow up. Vultures, why do they explode?
They're all mechanical, man. It's like a Gundam suit, this thing. Look, it has a glowing, reactors to pilot it around. If it explodes...
These are just, jets, though. Why do they have to blow up like that? Can't they just, fall apart or, eject the pilots?
I mean, haven't you ever watched a movie where they shoot, a propane tank? That's why they explode.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be that easy in real life. I've seen Jaws, but I have my doubts.
They mythbusters that. That is not a real thing.
So how hard did they try? And I assume at the end they were just like, alright, we're just taking a fuse and blowing it up now. Oh, this SCV not going to get in. Terran a bit in the dark here, not having an SCV in the Zerg base in this period, but we're not going for any all-ins, no Hydrogen here, so kind of not exploiting that, unfortunately. Just going to be getting a Spire in a minute. Oh, okay, never mind. That is a little late. I have to say, that Hydrogen is a little late, but he'll still be able to get some lurkers relatively soon. And of course, it's not a NEBLIME cast when it criticizes the building placement. What is this eBay? What is this?
What is this eBay? It's in the middle of the base, man.
What
is this eBay?
It's not going to be near any turrets. It's blocking barracks. I don't know, man. Actually, wait a minute. He went eBay first against 2-hatch? That's a bit bit hairy because
No,
he's not going to have stimulants.
he's got the academy. No?
Yes, he has it now.
I thought he had it for a
Well,
while.
actually, no, wait. Which did you get first? I can't even tell. Either way, you're supposed to get a second barracks here because you can't go out and put the pressure on two hatch play if you don't have that second barracks. Now he scans, sees it's going to be lurker, sees no Hydra's out yet, so probably it's a notion it's slight delay. Now he moves out with his tiny force, and here's the problem: like you only have one barracks up until now, and the Ling's just like, okay, don't mind if I do, and heads straight in.
Ooh, that's not great.
Oh gosh, these poor SCVs. Just trying to do the Marines turn around, which is quite unfortunate for Terran here. Because if you turn around, you know you're going to be behind, where there's no chance of counter damage. And honestly, there was no sunken. There's only creep colonies at the natural, so if he stepped across the map, he probably would have actually done damage here. But now, Zerg's the one doing a lot of damage. Oh gosh, he pulls all these SCVs down. This is actually too bad for Terran.
Yeah, unfortunately, this being very disruptive here. Delaying that factory, not bad at all. That one barracks not completed yet either, so not really what you're looking for here. Lurker aspect about to finish up as well, but
oh my god,
Hydras
these
weren't
lanes are doing
made
too much
across the map. I think got distracted by how much damage these lanes could do. Is delaying that the follow-up from the Lurker, so at least small victory is where you can get them.
Yeah, here's the difference between these two players, right? Because even though Wuxor has committed a mistake here and Digger did excellent damage just now, we can see that Wuxor's macro is just more solid. Like, he just does not have a big bank, whereas Digger has almost 1,000 minerals, which at this point in the game is a severe issue. That even though it looks like Digger is... Yeah, it looks like Digger is outplaying him, but in reality, I mean, like, he's kind of outplaying himself.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what ends up happening, though. A lot of lanes still on the map. Wuxor is going to have trouble moving out on the map, especially after all the damage, so they're going to be just chilling here. Now, when Lurkers show up, this kind of wall at the front, is that, like, that's bad, right? You don't want to deal with any of this? Or is it going to slow the Lurkers down enough where it's actually okay?
I mean, if he has Marine range, he's fine here. Losing the depots kind of sucks, and this is another reason I never wall, by the way. It's not great. Terran's not like, oh, good, now my depot's buying time. It's kind of like, well, this sucks. But, I mean, it's just 2 depots. You can rebuild that. As long as he has Marine range here, which I believe he does, he's fine.
Yeah, I believe he got both the Academy upgrades, so he should be good.
Okay, and tank's coming out already as well, so I think Terran's going to be fine here. Now, Zerg is actually going for, like, a Defiler rush here, I believe. Or, you know what, okay, they did get a 3rd base, actually, never mind. In which case, I don't know how I feel about this from, oh, that poor Overlord. He was just an innocent bystander. I don't know how I feel about this play from Zerg, because they're going to have a pretty weak defense. As soon as Vessels are out, Terran's going to be coming across with a very strong push, and Zerg going for this 3rd base has not committed everything to his forces, so I really question going to Hatch Lurker at all if this is how you want to play.
Yeah, but think about the mind games. Wuxor did throw out a scan at the 3rd base you would expect them to take. Nothing there, because he put the hatchery at a different one. So you're representing a very honestly, different state of game.
I don't know if it really changes what Terran intends to do, because all that Lurker, oh my gosh, he gets away. Because even if you did think Zerg was 2 base, you're still pushing to the natural in both cases, because like, if you go all the way out to the 3rd, you can kill it, sure. But honestly, you should just be able to kill Zerg, I feel like, once he comes out with a 3 vessel 1 sides. Sorry, 3 tank 1 vessel push or something like that. Now, again, the Marine count is very lacking though, because only these 2 barracks have been up, and they haven't been working very well. So I don't know about this. Now Wuxor is starting to build a bit of mineral bank of his own, but he has been supply blocked. That's the thing. He could have replaced the depots while they're under attack, but he did not. So unfortunately, that's disrupted his marine production a lot.
Yeah, and unfortunately, still no depots in production. So, no, they got finished up earlier. I apologize.
Finally, they just finished you looking. That's why it looked like.
Yeah, like the more it looked, it finished up. It's like, no, this makes like I'm saying something that makes sense. Unfortunately, no, I'm just an idiot. It happens to the best of us.
Alright, the hive is complete. Defiler Mount on the way. Terran needs to break out before Defilers, but I fully expect he'll be able to do that because the vessel is coming up here. One of those tanks is very injured. I wish you'd repair that. Now, that said, again, I know I said it just before, but given the marine count is low, it makes it a lot more difficult for Terran, because how are you going to protect these tanks from Zerglings? Such a small bio army coming up here. Now, that said, Zerg's army is pretty weak too, because they went for this 2H Lurker. They don't really have too much going on at this time. More hatcheries coming up as well, but I don't know. I feel like Digger needs to make some forces, or he's going to get smacked by this tank vessel push that's about to come out.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to add on the hatcheries now, work through that mineral bank. He's been building up for quite some time, and has a lot of gas now at this point as well. So I'm curious what is like. Is this going to be like ultras reasonably soon? Because Consume hasn't been started. We don't see defilers as I say that, because of course that is how it works.
It was like I was watching the production tab. It was like exactly synced up. You said Consume hasn't been started. Consume starts. There's don't see Defilers, Defiler starts. Like, it was perfectly timed. But it's too late, I think, to stop Terran at least getting a good position on the map here. He's not going to be able to push in now. And look, like, Terran's going to take out these lurkers pretty quickly. Needs to bring the bio up, though. You don't want to lose these tanks in their own. Bio getting a bit behind you. Okay, keeps it together. And yeah, now he's on the push here, and he's going to be able to position himself in front of the Zerg Natural. I think pushing to the third would be a mistake, because you really need to cut off most of the Zerg forces. No Nidus yet. Look at that one lurker just morphing over here. Little, very oblivious how much danger he's in. But Terran not taking this opportunity to move his army forward. He's hanging back. And this is giving Zerg a chance to bring his Defilers across the map, which may be very bad for Terran here. Finally, the barracks count increasing here as well.
Yeah, and I mean, Warriors go down, and we do see the Defiler in the middle map. It's soon about to finish, so this is...
His life's about to finish. Oh, no, he got away. I cast a curse that, didn't I? Yeah, so Terran coming out the middle of the map here, but now the Defilers... Wait, where are they? I thought I saw them.
There's
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had eyes on it. I lost it. I don't know where it is.
You wouldn't believe where it is. You won't believe these top 10 Defiler positions. I don't know.
Oh,
It's like near the ramp to the Terran.
Defiler flank, do it!
If it had Plague, this would be sick, but it does not. It doesn't even have the energy for a swarm, so it just runs away, somehow surviving. But now it's not backing up the Zerg army. I mean, if he doesn't get a swarm down here soon, Terran's going to keep pushing forward. Lurker position. That's a lot of Zerglings, and Terran, like I was saying, with not that many Marines, but if you're able to reinforce now this production's up online, this army will be formidable. Radiating Lurkers, that's the benefit of not actually using the Defilers, as Terran might waste their energy. And look, finally it's coming up. There's a lot of links here. 2 more come up with no energy. That one egg is doomed. Reno on the way. Alright, here we go. The swarms are finally ready, finally in position. It's happening. Can't be stopped.
Nice little slow move as well. Tanks aren't sieged up or anything, so Wuxal can easily kind of get out of here. I don't think Digger's going to be able to really force this fight as much as you probably would like to, but it's still going to slow things down. Another radiant goes down, so one of these Defilers, there's 2 of them, so whittle down the forces the best you... Wait, is that 2? No, Lurker.
Yeah, that's 1 Defiler, 1 Lurker. But a counterattack going on here. Looks like Wuxal trying to take the third, I would say a bit preemptively, and well, he's going to be able to intercept this little Zerg army actually and clean it up. But no CC is going to be going down location just now, I don't think. He needs to irradiate these Defilers more than anything else. There goes one. Honestly, if he sieges up, I don't think Zerg can really advance anymore. That's enough tanks that even under Dark Swarm, you can't really advance those Lurkers because they will get decimated. I thought that was going to be a Plague. No. And look at this, Marine's actually in position in front of the Swarm. Oh, not quite, barely. Man, he really needs to utilize Siege Mode here. I feel like he could have stopped this push already, but unfortunately, once that Lurker gets burrowed, you got to wait for an irradiate or wait for the Swarm to run out, which is sooner.
They're looking like they're adding on that Spire now. These vessels starting to become a pain, so making sure Scourge are an option to help deal with them. Wuxal does get that third base started, and they're going to keep trying to attack forward, but just kind of sending some links to their doom. It's not really what you're looking to do here. As you can see, that mineral bank, they're still having trouble going through this, so we haven't seen ultras or any kind of move towards something like that. Maybe when Spire finishes, we'll see if that ends up being something else instead, but I think Wuxal, as fragile as it could have been earlier on, held on long enough, really kind of getting comfortable with all these vessels. And more radius going down, these Defilers keep getting eliminated. Try to look for a spot to get a swarm. Not quite as far as you need to go, unfortunately, so I don't think you're going to get too much use out of that.
Well, what is there to put under it? Lings are okay, but as you can see, Marines have a much easier time pulling back compared to Lurkers. They don't have the splash damage. Honestly, if Terran just sieged up again, I keep saying, if Terran just sieged up, he could decimate any Lings, never mind how much swarm they're under. So many Hydras here, but I don't think there's any Hydra upgrades. I always tell people, though, in coaching for Zerg, that if you don't have upgrades, first bio, Hydras are just free money for the Terran. Okay, he's gonna morph Lurkers now, but this might be the worst possible time. If Terran just moves forward a little bit, Terran is getting those bunkers, man. Okay, there we go. And yeah, now those things aren't doing anything. Oh my god, if Terran doesn't move forward... Okay, he sees them. Terran, please. Oh gosh. He needs to get over here and siege up these tanks and just like one-shot all these eggs. Where is the siege? Man, I have to say, Wuxal just hates siege mode. He researched it, but I don't think he's used it even one time.
I was going to say, has he actually researched it?
He has. I'm pretty sure he has. I mean, I think the idea is that he doesn't want Darkstorm to catch his tanks. Honestly, he would have got so much more out of these tanks if he'd used siege mode by now. And look, all these Lurkers get to finish and run away, which is honestly a bit of a blow for the Terran. Zerg has his third base, but he really has hardly used it at this point. So Zerg kind of maintaining his position on the map, but I don't know how much longer he can keep this up, because he's going to run out of gas, not actually building his economy while this is going on. Did he just irradiate that Defiler for like its last one hit point?
Hey, gets the job done. One hit point Defiler casts just as good as Dark Swarm.
Oh, Terran Army's out of position now, and all the tanks have died. So I don't know, actually. Zerg might actually be able to get in here with a Dark Swarm. It looks like there's nothing between Zerg and the Natural right now. Still some vessels around to clean some up, but all the tanks having fallen. There's no real way to stop these Locusts from moving forward. All the medics trying to fight on their own. The Marines out of position. I'd like to see a whole bunch of Firebats come out right now, because Terran is really in a very dire situation. Oh, and here come the Lurkers. Well, the Lurkers are... Here come the Lurkers, I said. Okay, good. Okay, they finally burrow. Gonna start getting the kills down. Terran needs to stop that Defiler. Oh no, this is the Defiler. He needs to kill him. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's exactly what you don't want to see. Darkstar on top of the bunkers. Really gonna be able to move forward. There goes an Irradiate to at least slow things down a little bit, but Plague is done. You can start working towards Plague and some of this bio as well. Defiler dies, but reinforcements show up. Some things get distracted, picked off, but this is just constantly moving a little bit more forward for Digger. A lot of reinforcements keep going, but this is still, like, not really using that third base. Still pretty low in Drow count. Woxaw is taking a lot of damage here, but if he can hold on, Digger might burn himself out trying to attack here and then give Woxaw a chance to get right back in it.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I feel like a lot of damage can potentially go down here. If Digger just moves forward a little more and gets that natural, it would be pretty much irrecoverable damage for the Terran. Even though he hasn't mined from it yet, the fact that the third hatchery is up at least means he can easily start gearing that up. Now, this Vessel Cloud is going to clean this stuff up, though. Like you said, he did make a Spire, but hasn't used it yet. Decent Plague, but I feel like just trying to Dark Storm his way forward would be a better play in this time. He's so close. But now the Swarm's gone down at the natural. Defiler pushed back here. I think Terran might survive. Another Plague. Defiler, oh, doesn't quite get it. I think he was going for the Vessels there. Nice Dark Swarm there.
Yeah, just trying to do what they can here. Lings are fighting mostly out of the Dark Swarm, though, so Digger, like, again, try to attack forward, but without these extra legs, he has Hydras not morphed into anything just yet. Everything at the natural actually gets cleaned up. These Dark Storms trying to do what they can, but it's just not that much force for Digger. And you can see, like, just the macro starting to fall off a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. This one Ling in the Terran main killed 24 units, most of them probably SCVs, and it's not stopping. It's killing the Academy.
What? Holy crap.
In the Terran main, do you see it?
Jesus Christ.
It's actually winning the game for Zerg. It's just killing absolutely everything on its own. Oh my god, he just cleans it up.
This is why I always switch the colors. I'm looking at gray on a gray minimap. I had no idea. Jesus.
I don't think Woxaw did either, so Woxaw, don't feel bad. We missed it too. That was... what? What?
That is brutal.
I don't know how many ran past initially. Like, maybe there was like 5 or something and 4 of them died, or I don't even know. When did that even happen?
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I thought the legs tried to move up, and I thought the reinforcements killed everything on the ramp. I thought they killed it all in the natural, but yeah, it's the gray on gray aesthetic. I missed one right there, so lots of big damage there. 24 kills on a... That's disgusting. That's not right. Nothing about that's right.
Yeah. Well, Digger takes him down, despite, like, you know, having a big bank, honestly, almost the entire game. He pulls it off.
Well, you just keep attacking, and if you attack 19 times, eventually, gotta...
If you're attacking them, they can't attack you, right?
Yeah, sure. That's true sometimes. Well, we're going to our next one. I'm not making that mistake again. We're going right to red versus blue again. All right. Proxy Robo.
It was?
Space. Well, it confirms nothing surprising at all. Grass is still, in fact, green, as the Robo... We'll see when they can come out.
Not so much...
Making some...
Protoss is gonna... can't build into...
walking turrets. They're into our last game of the night, though. We got another TVZ ending off strong, a matchup that everyone enjoys to watch. In the top right, in the red Terran, we got Mixed Smush playing the Terran. And in the bottom left, in the blue Zerg, we got Diggered. So, Mixed Smush was marked purple on the sheet, so there is some kind of race pick. I guess from what we've seen, it's probably for TVT.
Yeah, I mean, that's what most people do, huh? I mean, hey, you saw a TVT yesterday. It was pretty good, right? Have you changed your mind about TVT?
It's changed, like, oh, man, gaming, like, yeah, the TVT was sick, so it has potential to be good. And then I was, a friend was showing me stuff for, like, competitive Pokemon. It's like, alright, doubles is better than I give it credit for. It's like, all my opinions in 2022, they're just, getting challenged, and I'm growing.
Like
as a
I said,
person.
if
like
it's SAETZERO versus the world, maybe SAETZERO's wrong.
Never. I'm always right. To address Wugsaw, we're not casting a game of the group for preseason, especially, we're going to have some time to go through things, but I'd rather get more people, like a game or two here, a little bit of exposure. We can always hit the stuff we don't get later, but there's 45 groups, 2 weeks of stuff to do. So we're not trying to, like, destroy one group, especially since almost no group has all 10 replays uploaded. You know what
I mean, look, a lot of the time the games are just not occurribles for people are missing them. So, we just want to try and give a snapshot, I suppose, of a cross section, if you will, of CPL preseason. Not so much trying to get every game casted, because that is not a task any human could accomplish.
Yeah, and besides, then I get a little selection. I can like cherry pick some matchup stuff, kind of balance out like some of the durations and things. Just make it like a nice little night of it while we get to see a whole bunch of players. The way we're doing this, so you basically get to see 10 different players play, usually once or twice. And it just ends up being a nice little fun, casual kind of format. Haven't talked a word about the game yet, which is completely fine because these openers,
Nothing's
guess
happening.
what? It's
Don't
dead.
worry about the game. Let's stop talking about the game, talk about other things still. If Simo is still here, I want to see those like marathon-style casts he's doing with the CPL preseason. Can you do all of that? Because that would be a true challenge. He casts for like 7 hours or more straight doing like all the RSL games. It's insane.
Yeah, I remember that first season you and me were casting together. Like we had one that lasted till like midnight. It was like a 6-hour session. I wanted to die, and then I basically had to go straight to sleep, straight to work, and at my job I talk a lot anyway. And there was a cast the next day. I was so angry. I was
I've done an 8-hour
angry.
one. I think I'm not sure who it was with. I guess it wasn't with you, huh? It was one of those tier 2 groups in regular season that year we had. That season that we had huge tier 2 ones. I think that was the 6-hour one too, because I remember that.
Yeah, it might have been the same season. Honestly, they might be blended together at this point. So
they do, right?
But yeah, like that whole like, all right, we're doing like a best of 25 with 11 tier 2 games. Like, God, dude. It's so easy to just set that as like the staff's like, you're not the ones casting it, man. So much.
Okay, something's happening here, by the way, at last. Okay. Zerg is going for link speed before lair. Now, Terran's got to be getting suspicious at this point. Where's the lair? Because you should know there's 2 hatch. It should be coming up around 3 minutes. So there's 2 possibilities. Okay, he does get it at the natural now. Either it's a Ling-O-Lin or he got a 3rd hatchery somewhere. And given the gas timing, I think he assumes it's Ling-O-Lin. Now, we'll see if Terran is cognizant of that. Not getting a bunker just yet. Is he still alive here? Now, the funny thing is, the Zerg is just making a lot of drones too, so maybe it's just, I don't know, a style thing, but it kind of sets Zerg back, because you really want those mutalists as soon as possible.
I mean, it could be another one of those things that's like, if that SV stays in the main, speed finishes, it dies. It never goes to the main, so it doesn't see when lair gets started. So, if you are playing it dark, like, is it 2 hatch or 3 hatch? Is it a 3rd base? Like, what's really going on? All you know is that there's link speed, and you really wanted to deny some scouting. That usually leads to you not having to do anything too crazy. Your opponent playing in the dark and playing something a little unusual, you can force them to do something wrong. And we are seeing Hydras on the way. So 2-hatch Lurker, the return. We're seeing it again tonight, and I don't mind it. I love these Lurker builds. I'm glad we're seeing it more often.
Okay, but this Hydra Zone is late again, and the lair is late too, so this is kind of doubly late, which could be decisive. Like, 20, 30 seconds could make the difference here. In fact, Terran, we're going to come across with a stim timing again here, I'd wager, and I mean, we saw what happened that other game. If you don't have the defenses, you don't have the defenses. You just die.
Yeah, I mean, we also saw from the other game, Diggard, while like some of the micros of the fights are taking, the aggression worked out. The backbone, some of the macros, some of the economy balance was a little bit off. So this might be a part of that kind of going through. And look how fast this cleans this is. This is just a rush to defilers. We're cheesing it up, baby.
Well, is he going to live that long, though? Because there's no way Defilers, Lurker's going to be ready. And he's just starting his creep colonies now. I mean, I don't know. Is this going to be just like that other game where I don't even have anything to say? Because I don't see what Zerg's going to do here. He needs to put down like an Evo chamber to block as well and pull all the drones. I don't see how he's going to survive. A couple Lings on the way, a couple Hydras, but Lurker aspect, no way it's going to be finished. Fire's bearing down. I would love to see this stim across the map right now because that would absolutely settle this. But he's not going to do it. How disappointing. But I think he still might be on a bust here. I don't know. The Sunkers might finish just on time.
Just
okay.
in time. Lurker aspect about to finish. No Lurkers. So there's a time to morph.
But
Lings
2 Sunkens.
Taking some big damage. The Sunkens are doing some pretty decent work.
Oh, he didn't target that Ling. Okay,
down
I was going to say, 2 Sunkens,
Marines.
not quite enough. Finish the Sunken, please. Oh my god. Okay, these Marines targeting all the wrong things right now. But 4 survive and are doing their work, and it's not like mutas are about to hatch. 3 survive. And the medics, no, heal that Marine. Oh my gosh. This was tragic for the Terran, to be honest.
Yeah, there was a big
Oh my
opportunity,
God.
but it did not work out. And
The
now
medics
there's
just
two
like,
medics.
oh,
They're going to
well.
come back home and tell the story about how we need to coordinate a little bit better on the attacks.
Dude, if he stimmed across the map as soon as stim was done, arrived like 3 seconds earlier, he would have won the game by now. Oh, these poor medics. Poor medic.
So when we see that kind of stuff, as an observer, we see everything on the map. We know exactly what's going on. How would you as Terran know to make that decision?
Well, you have your scans by the time stim's done, so you scan the natural, you see what's there, and you'll know if the Sunkens are done or not. Oh look, and a lurker's just running across the map. Well, not anymore. What is going on in this game? Oh my gosh. So yeah, Zerg does seem like they're going straight for the fire, like you said, but they kind of need to make some more like lurkers right now. I guess their Lings are somehow winning the fight though. This game is messy.
And again, look at the money from Digger. It's just like only 20
Yeah.
drones. Like it's 2 bases, now taking a third and a fourth. All right, hey, you got the extra money? I guess throw down some hatcheries. Sure, why not? That's fine.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not spending it, that's for sure. But he didn't even take his second gas, which is highly disturbing, to be honest. And you know, as much as McSmush has failed to kill his opponent, he's still like getting his stuff, still getting his tech, and he's not contained right now. If he moves out and gets the space before Defiler's out, I think he's going to be a-okay here. The question is, will he do that?
He is on a big supply block right now, though.
Ooh. Just starts 1 depot here. Oh no, there was a second one. Where is it? Brick Marines getting baited there. That's pretty value for the Zerg. Oh, I see there. Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Honestly, he has what he needs to move out and gain some space. He just needs to keep his bio together and fight as one, and he should be able to get some more space here. Because you don't want to get Lurker contained, because then the Defiler shows up and then the game's over. Okay.
Ooh, sees exactly the hive time finishing. He saw
yes,
it. They
that's
actually
really
transform. So perfect information. You know exactly what you're looking for. And when it's rushed this fast, it's actually only one thing. You don't have to worry about like, well, what if it's ultras? It's not ultras. It's not.
I mean, there's no Evo chamber anywhere, so there's no way it's ultras. Because like ultras with no armor upgrades are actually like one of the worst units you can make. Now he's moving around the side here, going to try and backstab. Did Zerg see that? Oh, of course, the Overlord. Of course, he saw it. He needs to stim here. He can take these Lings if the fight goes well. Well, it looks like it does. See, Zerg takes his Q. He's going to counterattack, or is he? Ooh, guess not.
I think he's just waiting out the stem because while they're all moving, like the medics are not getting a lot of good healing done. So these are slightly weaker Marines. So if they force another stem, maybe that ends up being a fight you could take. A couple lurkers are here as well. So, ooh, is this hold lurkers? That'd be perfect.
It should be.
Burrow,
Oh, young
Burrow,
Burrow. Oh no! Okay, they are forced to retreat, and Terran gets in the position he wanted to be. From here, he can deny any reinforcements and deny any defilers. Okay, gets a bit of damage done, but he does clean up all those Lings. Actually, I mean, he can kind of take this fight. Okay, he needs to be careful. They just cluster them with the medics, and the lurker's coming from behind. He needs to focus fire. Does not get one of them. There was no detection. Okay, both of them will fall, but I think he'll clean up the Spire. Well, Hydra's are pretty bad versus Spire. He's hitting the Defiler mound.
There's still one lurker left over. He's got a Burrow. He's got to be able to clean this up.
Well, is it though?
Yeah,
Okay, I guess
yes.
so. Barely.
If medics healed that good, I would be furious.
just buff him like a little bit more, so they can out heal Ultralisks. Then I'll be happy.
Oh my god, no.
Look, I got a question at this point. How does medic healing even work? It's like the Zergling is like ripping his flesh out, and is literally just packing more stuff in at the same speed. Like, I don't understand.
We got drops on the way. It's the next move for Big Smush.
Well, that's very strong against these lurker-based plays, but he has to defend his own natural, so how's he going to do that if he can't move out? I mean, the Zerg's getting in position now, this contain, and Consume is finished. I don't see how Terran's going to survive like 5 minutes more. This Defiler's going to arrive, which, wait, he did make a Defiler, right?
He's got 4 production. I don't see the one with
my
the
gosh.
army. There's plenty of lurkers here, though.
Okay, you know what this is? This is like people who like, you know, oh, it's really cold, I'm going to turn the heat up really high, but like that doesn't actually make it get hotter quicker. Just because you didn't make the Defilers earlier doesn't mean making 4 at once is going to solve your problem.
Hey, it'll solve your problem eventually.
He's going to have siege mode, but one tank is not going to do it here. I think Terran's just going to lose as soon as his Dark Storm comes in. He's not made a single Firebat. If he had like 3 bunkers full of Firebats, I'd say there's a chance, but as it stands, I don't see what he can possibly do.
Well, he's got 2 tanks here. Load up the dropship.
That's
This
not
is
enough.
not the timing you need.
Well, look, to be honest, those Marines aren't going to help him anyway, so I don't hate it. Like, those Marines are literally useless. Because watch, he's just going to swim his way in here. The tanks aren't even sieged. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm excited. I got the camera parked. Let's watch.
Yeah, you want to see some blood? You're about to see a lot. Oh, those poor Marines. Oh boy. Okay, finally sieges up, but it's too late because the Lurkers have already run in and burrowed. Ling's coming in as well. The dropships do go out, which, you know, again, I don't disapprove because the Marines are kind of useless. But that said, they could have defended these tanks, I suppose. I don't think it really matters, though. Like, swarms in your main, the game's over. These dropships turning back, actually. They went halfway out. They're like, oh, you know what? Actually, we do need buildings to be in the game, so let's come back. So many Zerglings streaming in as well.
Yeah, but even with all these legs here, you don't even need Dark Swarm. You could just kill stuff as they left and drop the thing, but you still got the Defiler, so you can still work with that. I think the Lurkers are still around as well.
Oh,
More Dark Swarms. Nowhere to run, unfortunately, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like as soon as these Lurkers get up there, but they're being blocked by that Defiler on the ramp, so I mean, I don't know, if Terran can somehow buy some time here... Okay, no, the path is clear. They're coming in a conga line of doom. I mean, once that's down, I don't think there's much they can do, but they're not even burrowing. They're just savouring in the moment, not rushing things. Okay, there we go. Now he burrows, and I think that's it for Terran. Even consuming more for another swarm, and yeah, that's going to take like too long to clear out. Wraith's coming out, but I mean, they can't do anything under swarm. In fact, it even needs swarm. There's too many lurkers left. Those Marines can't really engage, and look, here they come. Defiler not doing anything with full energy. Oh, it swarms under the mineral line, which is a nice move, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
I mean, you're just castle swarm to cast it. You got it. You play a reinforced move across for Digger. You took the other bases. They're like, look, they're not doing anything. He doesn't even care.
Yeah, he doesn't need him. GG. You know what? Maybe he got both of them just so he had two possible places to send Defilers out if he got contained. Maybe that was the idea with that.
Maybe.
He was building another hatchery too in the top.
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting game. I love watching Defiler rushes work out. Apparently, like it's like lurkers are cool, but I could just feel how helpless that feels as Terry. You're like, well, why can't I shoot you? It's just foggy.
Yeah.
I could shoot into the fog.
I assume the Marines are just firing wildly and like shooting each other the whole time.
Oh, that'd be funny if it misdirected damage and you killed your own Marines.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Yeah. Yeah, imagine you cast Dark Swarm, don't send anything in, the Marines freak out and just start shooting.
That sounds like it'd be a good time. But that is the last game we got for the day. We are casting tomorrow as well, aren't we?
We are indeed.